I was talking to Jim Richards on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. And he and I were talking. I said, I had more energy when I was on the chemotherapy pills than I do now. I don't know if they got caffeine in them or what, but so I'll be back. Let's see, hang on just a second. So anyway, I'll give you what I got today, okay? Matthew 17. After 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, three of the guys, and led them up high on a mountain by themselves. There he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun. His clothes became as white as light. And just then appeared before them Moses and Elijah talking with Jesus. And Peter said to Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I'll put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he was still speaking, a bright cloud covered them, and a voice from the cloud said, This is my son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased, and listen to him. When the disciples heard this, they fell face down to the ground, terrified, but Jesus came and touched them. He said, Get up, don't be afraid. And when they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus. As they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus instructed them, Don't tell anyone what you've seen until the Son of Man has been raised from the dead. So, what I want to preach on this morning, just for a little bit, is I'm going to give you this big word today, okay? You're going to leave here smarter than how you got here, okay? Sally's doubting me, but I'm going to prove her wrong. I'm going to give you a big word today. You ready for it? Transfiguration. Transfiguration. I'm going to give you that word today. Hey guys, at Hardee's tomorrow, that might slip into the conversation, and then you'll know how to use it, okay? I want you to use that at Hardee's tomorrow. Slip that into the conversation. Transfiguration, okay? Easy, it's a big, long word, but it's got a real easy definition. It means just to change form or appearance. It's when someone's form or someone's appearance changes. That's all it means. Real simple meaning. Let me give you a really simple example. We were at Otz's Friday night, and I don't know, I was just in a hard drinking mood. So I got an orange crush. On the rocks. So I got an orange soda. Laura got her water with lemon, and the waitress left. And then, I don't know, we were in the shack, and it was kind of cold in the shack. So Laura was really sweet. She went out and got my hat for me out of the car. Because I really struggle with the cold right now with these treatments. So I came back in and I put my hat on. And it was so funny. The waitress comes back into the shack with the tray with the drinks on it. And she's looking around. And she can't find us. Because now I got a hat on. She's thinking, fat, bald guy, orange soda. Where is he? Where'd he go? And all of a sudden her eyes got, then she comes over and she said, I thought you guys left. She goes, I couldn't find you. Because what happened? Transfiguration. My appearance changed. Okay? This is big because, and let me, like for instance, in high school, that geeky kid that everybody picked on and thought he was a nerd, and now all of a sudden he's driving a Porsche because he's a computer wizard and his name's Bill Gates. Okay? Or I'm going to talk to the men now. That girl who liked you in high school and you said she wasn't pretty enough. Yeah, that's how we say it in Valmar. She wasn't pretty enough for you. And now 10 years later, she's like a model and she wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Okay? That's transfiguration. It is a change of appearance or the change of what you look like or your form. Okay? Let's use this for Jesus, okay? Here's what's going on. Jesus takes Peter, James, and John, 3 guys, up to the mountain. And while he's there, he's transfigured. In other words, all of a sudden, his face becomes bright light. His face changes and it becomes dazzling white. His clothes become white as light, and he's transfigured in front of them. In other words, he's giving them a glimpse of what he's going to look like in heaven. He's going to give them a little glimpse of what he's going to look like here in just a little while after he's resurrected, okay? He's transfigured right in front of him. You know the first thought I had? First thought I had, Carlene, you know what it is? If I'm the other 9 disciples, I'm asking the question, how come I didn't get invited on top of the mountain? Would you? If you're not Peter, James, or John, and you're down on the bottom of the hill, and those 4 went up on the mountain, are you going to say to yourself, now how come I didn't get invited up there? Nobody? Boy, you're all in good places. Psychologically, you're all okay. I'm not. Because I'm one of those guys, I hate being left out. A group of friends, you know, if your whole group of friends, like you have friends, right? Group of friends. You all got friends, or at least 2, right? What happens if those 2 friends go out without you and you find out they went out and had a good time, went bowling and all that stuff, had a good time, and they didn't invite you? You feel left out, right? Okay? You kind of feel left out. Then it can go this direction. It can go this direction. How come others are picked? How come others are more successful? How come others have more? How come others are smarter? How come I don't have what other people have? And then how come I don't have that? How come they have that and I don't have that? And that can lead to jealousy, and it can lead to envy. And boy, I heard some great advice on Friday. You ready for it? Who's ready for some great advice? Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. Usually I get 2 hands, but I got several. Here's some great advice. If you're one of those people like me who says, you know, hey, how come they got this, and how come they're smarter, and how come they're better looking, and here's the advice I got. I'm going to share it with you. On the road of life, stay in your own lane. On the road of life, stay in your own lane. In other words, stay in your own lane, be the person that God made you to be, and sometimes in life people have things because they're just good at things. And maybe we aren't as good at things as they are. I'm going to give you some examples. Like, for instance, one of my doctors, I saw him in the parking lot, drives a fancy new BMW. Fancy. In fact, he almost ran me over with it the one day. Am I jealous? No. He's a doctor. He's an oncologist. He's way smarter than I am. I don't care what he drives. He's way smarter. He should have a BMW, okay? It's all good. I'm not jealous of that. Like I was talking to Carla Stutzman the other day, and I said, I am amazed at these doctors who can take a set of lungs from here and put them into here, or a liver or a heart. I couldn't even get the battery out of my 4-wheeler. And these people are taking lungs from here and putting them over here. She walked a mile on the treadmill yesterday. I walked to the mailbox and had to take a nap. Roger, remember that big house we built for Fredericks? It was 2 doctors, and it was a 4-car garage. It took us 2 days to pour the basement. I remember a lot of the laborers were like, oh, la-di-da, 4-car garage. It's 2 doctors married each other, okay? They're not going to live in a single wide trailer next to John Travolta in... okay? They deserve a 4-car garage. They operate on people. They take things out and put things in, okay? That's the conclusion I've come to, is that stay in your lane. Don't worry about it. Here's some of the conclusions I've come to. I will never be able to do woodwork like Jim Langsdorff, okay? I will never be able to catch fish like Alan Kern. I will never be as successful as Joel Osteen. I will never be as nice as Norman Carolice. I will never be as handsome as John Anderson. And that one bugs me. Because you're really good looking, let me tell you. You're smoking hot. And so that one bothers me a little bit. No. I will never be as talented as Ryan up there. Oh man, the things you build and the things you do, Ryan, it's phenomenal. But that's okay. I stay in my own lane. I admire you all for the things that you can do. I really do. I admire you all for your looks and your talents and your skills. I admire every one of you. I've learned, stay in your own lane. Be the person God meant for you to be, okay? Just be the one God meant for you to be. And this was the other quote. When you stay in your lane, there's a lot less traffic. When you stay in your lane, there's a lot less traffic, okay? Number 2. Why these 3, okay? I think I found the answer. The answer is in the chapter. The answer to why these 3 is actually in the chapter before the Transfiguration. And in the chapter before the Transfiguration, Jesus takes his 12 disciples and he announces to them he's going to die. Now, if you're hanging out with a guy who does miracles and heals people and does the phenomenal miracles that Jesus did, would you think he could die? Some guy just walked on water. Nobody's killing him.